Hello and welcome to the course. Hi, I'm Steve Ballinger. I'm the creator and instructor for the course and a longtime passive income investor amongst investing in a lot of different other areas and ways. But passive income is wonderful because it's a way to basically have money come in without doing a lot of work behind it. That's the whole idea behind the idea of passive income. And we'll learn about that as we go through the course. So just a brief overview of what you can expect in the course here, and then we'll be diving right into the actual tactics and things that you can implement right away to make a difference in your life. So first off, we have the short introduction, then we do a quick little bit on theory and practice, and there's just one quick lesson on that, and then we get right into the actual meat and potatoes of the course, so to speak. We'll start with peer-to-peer lending, which is where you could basically act as the bank and work through a platform to lend to others. They don't even know who you are. It's just a matter of working through a platform and doing peer-to-peer lending. It's like Kickstarter, but for lending. We'll talk about master limited partnerships, or MLPs, something a lot of people aren't familiar with, but that pay a very, very high dividend. So something to be interesting in terms of MLPs. We'll talk about a big section around different types of real estate, a very classic way of getting passive income coming in, whether you're looking at rental properties, have a section on that, or real estate investment trust, or REITs, or real estate investment trust. It's a great way to not actually own the actual property, but to be able to invest in it and then have that passive income coming in. Home sharing services like Airbnb, VRBO, HomeAway, different things like that. Real estate crowdsourcing too, like how you can kind of invest into private opportunities through real estate crowdsourcing. Then we get into some classic things like around dividend stocks and bonds and cash, how to invest in those, and really give you some information on how to pick out the different ones too. So it's not like, buy dividend stocks, they pay you regular income, that's great, but how do you pick out the right dividend stocks? What are some key things to look for when you're picking out a dividend stock? I'll be sharing all those information for these categories, dividend stocks, bonds, and cash. Then we'll touch on annuities too. A real classic way of regular income particularly was more oriented towards retirees and maybe the semi-retired, something as far as an option maybe for you, maybe not. Annuities have some downsides too, so we'll talk about annuities. And then we get into a section here on side gig passive income too. So it's not so much like a part-time job. We don't want a part-time job is the idea, but we would like to do something where maybe we have some income coming in on a side type gig or a side type thing. You might see people that do online marketing, for example, or do informational products like a blog or online training like I do. So we'll get into these different types of side gigs that take less effort than a regular job or a part-time job, but can bring in regular income for us. Then we'll also touch on private equity and private equity crowdsourcing as a way where you can be actually a venture capitalist and be able to invest in new startups in a way that's much less expensive than the big guys, and a way that you can participate in that area through leveraging technology and things to invest in private equity and crowdsourcing. And then we wrap up the course with some next steps and some strategies around it, and a nice summary with a spreadsheet and everything that kind of ranks everything as far as these different types of tactics, so you can build out the choices that you want that fit best with you. So these are not necessarily any kind of ranked order that we see as we go through the course. It's just more of a matter of some logical progression, and then you want to start, as you go through the course, think about the different types of things that might be of most interest to you. A couple other last things as far as getting the most out of the course. One is I get excited about talking about investing. We've had it in my investing courses. You can see sometimes I get excited. I'm really enthusiastic about it, and sometimes I talk too fast. So if I'm talking a little too fast with Udemy, you can actually slow my speed down. There's a little control. They might change it or move the screen, but it's usually somewhere on the screen. Right now it's in the lower left, and you can adjust the speed that I'm talking to as well, if that helps you as far as understanding, or certainly can rewind and pause and stuff. Same thing with screen resolution too. Udemy will automatically send it to you with the correct resolution for what you're watching on, and they take into account like bandwidth and different things too, so you have a good streaming type of experience. But if it seems choppy at any time, or it just doesn't seem to be working well, take a look at that video resolution. It's usually in the lower right, and you can adjust that video resolution to be maybe a little less quality, but maybe then a little less choppy. But it should come through perfectly fine. But if not, that might be an idea to try. Lastly, in terms of getting the most out of the course, two things I'd recommend is, one is take notes as you go along. I might say something or cover something or show something in a screencast that you might want to just take a note on to follow up on later, or maybe talk with a friend or a spouse about it. So take quick little notes too as you go through, and then ask questions. You have the ability to ask questions through the course too in the Q&A section. Ask questions. I love questions. I answer every single question, and look forward to your questions as you go through the course. So with that, this is the quick little overview of the course. Now let's start diving right in. We'll have a short lesson on theory and practice, real short, and then we'll start getting involved in the actual things that you can do and learning how to do them effectively that can really make a difference in terms of passive income coming into you and hopefully helping make a difference in your life.